Hey everyone! Today I thought it would be fun to go over my MerMay mermaids. I've got my sketchbook here. I've got my other books that I used. I had some difficulties, so we'll go over that. I had some stuff I liked. I had some stuff I didn't like, some stuff that I could improve on, and I feel like I made a lot of improvement throughout the month too. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's get going. So the first thing that we're going to look at is this guy. You might remember him from another one of my videos. This was when I was so excited about doing MerMay. That's a Metroid. But I was so excited to do MerMay, and I did the same thing that I did with Inktober, where I kind of sketched out some ideas of what the different prompts could be based on the prompt list that I was using. I didn't use all of them, like the SpongeBob. I should have done this muscular SpongeBob jellyfishing. And I really like this one too. They kind of changed in the actual one, so I might actually go back and redraw that one. So yeah, I just kind of went through testing out ideas. Sometimes I would go with the first one just to make it easier. I did not do Handsome Squidward, which was very upsetting to everyone, but maybe we'll do that later. And yeah, so these are basically where I started off, just kind of going through, getting ideas down. So next, I've got this watercolor sketchbook that I bought just for MerMay. As you can see, I decorated the cover. I was really excited. I drew a cute shark on it. I was ecstatic. I couldn't wait to get going because I didn't participate last year. But I ended up having some troubles with this book. And it's really unfortunate because, like I said, I was just so excited about it. And on the front cover, you can see that I wrote down all of the prompts that I was going to be using. Another thing that I ended up abandoning during the month. But I felt like I have trouble drawing like humanoid figures, and having a prompt list was kind of constraining me in a way that made me not, like, it was a little bit too difficult. So I decided to abandon it and then just kind of do my own thing. And so let's get going with my first MerMay picture, which is awful. I really don't like the way this turned out. I'm a little bit embarrassed to show it, but we have to show bad art and good art. We're all trying. Here we go. Okay, so the first prompt was skull, and as you can see, I decided to go with a skeleton mermaid, which really didn't work out. I should have put one of those old bras on her. I think that's super cute to do, but yeah, the paper was just like really thin and was fighting me the whole time. This was, okay, so the book itself said that it was watercolor paper, so I thought it would be okay, but it was only 90 pounds, so I was like, that's suspicious, and I was right, it was bad. So then I did this one, and this one I think turned out a little bit better, but I was still fighting the entire time with like the paper and my watercolors. They just weren't working together. And looking back, it looks a little bit better now, but it just wasn't happening. I don't know what it was, but these things weren't gelling together. The prompt was sea anemone for this one, so I tried to do like a little mermaid in a sea anemone. But I was scared to really layer anything because of how much the paper was buckling and just not taking the color. And so I decided to abandon this book. So after I abandoned that other book, I got this one. This is 140-pound paper, which is a lot more reasonable for watercolors. I didn't do any fancy stuff because I was kind of frustrated with this one. You can see just like the front cover is blank when I open it up. And I don't want to be that guy that is like your materials really like make you a better artist. But look at this. I redid the sea anemone prompt and I love the way this one turned out. It's so much better. And I don't know if it's because I had practice and this was like a second go on it, or if just mentally I thought that the first book was cursed and I couldn't draw on it. But it's really an improvement. So I felt like I was really on my way once I got this other book. So with the thicker paper, I felt like I could layer more, I could put more detail into it, and I could just kind of go for it. So yeah, this is when I really feel like I started to get into the MerMay spirit. I really like the way this turned out with the semi-transparent sea anemone things. If I ever figure out how to make prints, this actually might be one of them. So yeah, I really like that one. This one I'm okay with. I think the prompt was ice or something, and I did a narwhal mermaid, pretty basic. I don't think she's bad, I don't think she's good. I'm just not like super in love with her. But I do like the blue and the moon behind her. Pretty cute. So the next one is one of my worst. I really don't like the way this turned out. And yeah, so I thought I would go out of my comfort zone with this one. I was like, I'm going to draw a topless mermaid. I really wanted her to be sharp, especially right here with the rib, but it just wasn't happening. I don't know why I couldn't get this one to do what I wanted, and I went back a couple times to try and fix it, but it still is just how it is. You know, they can't all be winners, and this unfortunately was not one that I was proud of. The next one is Snake. This one I used that girl, that enemy that you fight in Cuphead, the mermaid one, because she's got the snake hair, and I used her as kind of like a jumping off point. I like the way this one is. I think it's cute and fun, and yeah, it was a good one. So this one, I think the prompt was cave, and I like the way the tail turned out on this one. I like her hair. I like the dark skin and how it contrasts with the hair, but doing the background was a lot. I think that focusing on both like the humanoid figure and the background was a little bit too much. So I decided that I was going to try and not do backgrounds for the other ones unless they were simple shapes, just because I need to... Like, my main focus was the human figures. The backgrounds, I guess I'll work on later. But yeah, that was my main goal, and doing the backgrounds wasn't part of that. So these two pages, I tried to make sure that they were complementing colors. I was really excited about this one. It was bottle. I got to draw a hand, which is something I usually like to do. I did want it to be webbed, but it just wasn't really like translating well, so I might try that again later. But overall, I really like the way this one turned out. So this one might look familiar. This is one that I did on my channel earlier last month. This was for Ghost Shark, and I think that she turned out absolutely adorable. I really like the colors that are in this one. I like the way that a lot of her like features are kind of flowy. I like ghost sharks in general, so that was something. And this was the first one I did these ears. I actually put those ears on, I think, all of the other mermaids I did, just because I thought they were so cute, and it kind of ties the fish into the person. So yeah, I was really happy with this one. So this next one is Man Ray. The prompt was Manta Ray, so of course I had to do a SpongeBob character. So he is here. I'm happy with how he turned out. He is asking the important questions like, is this your wallet? And are you Patrick Star? So I'm really happy with that one, and I love it. This one I really like too. This one has colors that I really like. I really like mixing pink with blue. I think it's so soft and pretty. I had fun doing the pearls and just kind of having them hanging down in different ways around the character. And I think like her face, her body, her tail, all of it really turned out well. And yeah, I really like that one. I didn't realize how close these were together, but we got another SpongeBob. So this one was just regular SpongeBob doing some jellyfishing. I found out that I can actually draw SpongeBob pretty good. I guess it's my secret talent. I drew this without any sort of reference or anything like that. It just came out of me. This is the second time that I've drawn SpongeBob from memory, and it turned out pretty good. The other time was in Inktober. So I guess if you need me to draw SpongeBob, I can do that. It's a hidden talent that is now out in the public. So there you go. Yeah, so the next one is Madison from Splash. I like the way the moon turned out. I decided to draw her for Lunar. Because she's human for 6 days when the moon is full. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. It's pretty basic, but I think it's cute. And yeah, I really like that moon. I'll probably do the same thing if I ever need to draw moon again, because it turned out really well. I've struggled with that before. Okay, so next you might recognize this little lady. I did her on my channel too for, I can't remember if the prompt was shark or what, but that hammerhead shark construction worker. She's got the little off the shoulder thing, which I think is super cute. I overall like the way this one turned out. A little bit different, but still fun. So this one is the first one that I did after I decided to abandon the prompts. And I really like the way that it turned out. It's a little aerial vibey, but I felt like I had a little bit more freedom, like I could kind of put her in a pose that was different, and just kind of work on posing and like how the tail should look and stuff like that. These two are okay. I think that I drew one of them on the plane. I think it was that second one. And I tried to paint both of them on the plane when I was traveling at 6 in the morning. So they really didn't like do anything special. I do like the top on the second one, and I had some water splashing in the background, but the plane was also super bumpy, so that didn't work out too well. Overall, I guess these are fine. Like, these are the only ones that I think I did during my trip, so at least I can say I did something. Okay, so this is the last page in this book. I did this one, I think, when I got back. It's nothing special, although I do like the pose that's in, how it's kind of stretched out, and also working on figuring out how to do that tail. And the bubbles are cute. This one I really like. I did this one after I was back for sure. I like the tail. I like the way that the hair is. I like the colors. I think that her top is cute. I really like the bubbles and how those turned out. I feel like this one really is a good example of what MerMay's about, which is making cute mermaids. So yeah, that was all of my sketches in my sketchbooks, and I just have one more, and that's this one. So this is the last mermaid that I did. I think I posted the video yesterday, so it's still pretty new. But I framed this one. I liked it so much. I was really happy with the way that it turned out. This really, I think, shows the improvement that I made over the month. If we go back to the first trash one that I did, you can see how well just doing this and kind of focusing on something really helped me like make better human figures. I mean, okay, to be fair, doing the first one I did is not too fair, but like if we compare it, I think I can see where the improvement comes from. I went a little bit more outside my comfort bubble, just doing so many human characters, and being able to make a full picture versus just doing like a single figure here like this. Those are pretty similar, but there was a big improvement between the two. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good MerMay. I hope that you feel good about what you did. We all worked on it. We all had bad stuff. We all have good stuff. And now that I participated this year, I can participate next year and see hopefully more improvement. I think it's hard not to improve. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great MerMay, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!